Hello and welcome to City Edition, the City of Bend's video news magazine. I'm Justin Finestone. The city has received a grant to make the intersection of Galveston and Riverside safer for cyclists and pedestrians and to help improve the flow of traffic in the area. Here are the details.
Today we're at the Galveston Tumalo Riverside intersection at the south end of Drake Park. This is one of the busier intersections in Bend that's currently a four-way stop-controlled intersection. And the concerns at this intersection are, as you may notice, a lot of cars that don't come to a complete stop, a lot of conflict points for bikes, peds, and cars.
The intersection in its current form does not have any bike lanes. So this project adds bike lanes, and it also changes the format of the intersection to match the volumes and traffic that's existing. The arterial roadway is actually Galveston and Riverside to the north, and right now the intersection equally serves local side streets as well as the arterial. All legs are stopped, so the arterial is stopped. There's a lot of rolling stops, and conflicts with pedestrians exist even though it is a stopped condition because the main movement is approaching the pedestrian from their back.
Sight lines to pedestrians as vehicles approach the intersection can be challenging as vehicles approach and pedestrians are approaching from behind them. For bicyclists, it's also challenging. There's no bicycle lanes currently through the intersection, and the movements through the intersection can be challenging as they're not real clear for pedestrians or bicyclists. The reconfiguration of the intersection will accommodate the primary movement for both vehicles and cyclists. This is primarily a pedestrian and bicycle improvement project, which is really the genesis of the intersection form.
We've got 4 stop signs, a lot of cars that make turns and go through the intersection with rolling stops and incomplete stops, and that puts pedestrians at risk. We're on a very short timeline. We need to complete design, and so the project can go to bid in June of this year and be completed this summer.
Commute Options has been working for over 20 years to help make Bend a friendly bicycle and pedestrian community. And the city staff has been great to work with, the community, the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee. All these groups are coming together to help make Bend a great place to bike and walk.
This design balances the transportation moves with the format of the intersection. So where we're seeing the most vehicular traffic and turns, they will be the prioritized flow. Where we're seeing very light movement and turns, they will have a stop condition.
Not only did the design team feel that this intersection form was the best form to accommodate all modes, we've refined it since we started the process and have heard input from the neighbors. We've looked at doing things such as colored concrete to help raise the visibility of the intersection. We're going to put high visibility signage up to raise awareness of the pedestrian crossings and other design elements that will help highlight the fact that there will be pedestrians crossing here.
We're working as closely as we can with a lot of stakeholder groups and, of course, Bend Parks to come up with a solution that meets a lot of diverse needs, and we're trying to incorporate a lot of ideas that we're getting from the public and from stakeholder groups.
We've been able to incorporate that into the project and improve the project and have more of a grassroots effort so that the design, when it's completed, will be optimized.
The funding for the project is half city funding and half ODOT grant funding. One of the big requirements of the grant is that the construction be completed by the end of October, and that's what's really pushing the time frame on the project.
The advantages of this project are that it's going to help encourage more people to bicycle and walk, especially into the downtown area, and make it safer to do so.
This project is obviously a high-profile project. It's really a central core piece of the city. And what it does is it completes a cycling network and pedestrian improvements that don't exist today. This is really a hole in the middle of what currently are very good bicycling facilities, but don't exist along this corridor today.
The construction will be sequenced so that we can maximize the amount of park usage this summer, minimize the amount of conflicts with the river float season, but still meet the deadline of October.